On Thursday, two oil refineries, one in Mexico and one in Texas, were both bombed simultaneously and started fires. Then, shortly after 30 minutes later, the largest diesel storage facility in Mexico caught fire, creating one of the largest man-made fires in human history. The flames and billowing smoke could be seen for hundreds of miles. The total barrel per day for these facilities was around 750,000. Total storage of the facility in Mexico is unknown, but considering it is the largest such facility operated at Pemex, the state-owned monopoly on oil in Mexico, it is expected to be extremely large. By the way, all three of these oil refineries were owned by Pemex, and they all blew up in the same day. Now all this can be about insurance policies because they're switching to electric and they're getting rid of the old, gasoline industry. Who knows? Greta Thunberg, the spokesman for the environmentalists, says she's finished being passive about environmentalism. They're going to start blowing shit up. I guess that's what she means. Who knows? Maybe it's a psyop. Maybe they're just trying to it's part of Klaus Schwab's Black Swan event where they're trying to demoralize the white people. Maybe it's an attack on Trump supporters. If you look at the map of Trump supporters and overlay it with a map of all the destruction, it seems to be in all the places where there's Trump supporters. In East Palestine, Ohio, people are reported to have chloracne is a skin disease caused by exposure to high levels of dioxin, which is similar to the chemical weapon mustard gas that was released into the air because of the decision to ignite the vinyl chloride chemical spill instead of neutralizing it. Norfolk Southern Railway. Normally it takes 2 to 3 months after exposure for symptoms to begin, but it only took 13 days for the symptoms to begin on these people. And this is because they were exposed to never before seen levels of dioxin. Chloracne begins as simple skin irritation, but it quickly turns into boils, cysts, and giant holes that begin to form in the skin. And then bacteria gets in those cracks and holes and causes infection. Infection leads to amputation and sepsis and death. Chloracne can last anywhere from 2 years to the rest of their lives and never go away. There is no cure. More than 3 weeks later, there are now confirmed cases of chemical burns in the lungs, liver damage, brain damage, permanent damage to the sinuses, and chloracne. Blood tests confirm chemical exposure, which means that if you don't die from all the above, you can look forward to leukemia, bone marrow cancer, liver cancer, pancreatic cancer, brain cancer, and lung cancer. The entire town of East Palestine, Texas, Ohio, is going to die, probably. The water is poison. It is killing the livestock. The grass and plants are dying because of the acid rain. It's destroying all the crops that grew there, and this will most likely result in a huge class action lawsuit if there's anybody alive to do it, like we saw from the victims of Camp Lejeune that just happened. And this is just horrifying what's going on. They're trying to kill us.
Are we under attack? Another chemical fire happened in Braintree, Massachusetts last night. 1 or 2 chemical fires is an accident or coincidence. This many is a pattern. Ohio, Oklahoma, Florida, Arizona, and now Massachusetts. Is this terrorist activity? Is this a cover-up for something bigger? We, as citizens of the United States, have the right to know what's going on. Living in fear like this is not acceptable. Something is happening and they don't want us to know why. This cover-up needs to end now. But how do we get answers? Do you think the 3 massive oil refinery fires yesterday were related? Reuters is reporting that 3 fires broke out on Thursday at different facilities in Mexico and the United States, all operated by the same state-owned Mexican oil company. 1 in Texas and 2 in Mexico. All facilities were owned by Pemex. Do you think these fires were somehow related to each other? Or was this just another coincidental massive fire releasing toxins into the air? 3 times yesterday by the same company. What do you think caused the major power outage in Oakland? Yesterday, February 19th, over 50,000 residents of Oakland and parts of Alameda were without power for hours. And today, there's still close to 9,000 residents without power. Reportedly, a transformer at a PG&E substation in the area caught fire, causing the blackout.
Out of Oak Ridge, officials say there was an emergency at the Y-12 National Security Complex this morning around 9 a.m., and we're told it was a fire involving uranium.
That building does uranium processing for all of our uranium-based missions. As the Uranium Center of Excellence for the NNSA, we process materials in support of nuclear Navy mission, as part of non-proliferation, and as part of our classical NNSA mission. So there's a lot of different forms of material there.